Got it? Anybody recognize that? I'll tell you about it in just a second. First, I got to tell you that it is Sunday, March 14th. A rare thing happens today in California. This day only had 23 hours in it, so I'm getting to this a little bit later than I had planned, and with one less hour in the day, it means instead of devoting 10 hours to TG, I might only be able to do 9 today, but every one of them is fun. You gotta know that. So the song I was just playing there, do you recognize it? It's borrowed from this incredible album by George Harrison called Beware of ABKCO. Now, this is a hard one to find, collectors only, but he did an acoustic version of a lot of the songs on that album that, let me rephrase that. This was a bunch of demos that he was doing for the All Things Must Pass album. I mentioned a few days ago I was kind of on a George Harrison kick, listening to All Things Must Pass, but finally I got back to the origins of All Things Must Pass, and man, great chord progression in that song, Beware of Darkness. So, okay, enough rambling. Let me see, I really had a couple of important things to tell you about. Just a few little developments here yesterday. Kind of slow with it being a weekend. So we got to a few video responses. What were they? You Ain't Going Nowhere by Jim. Pigs on the Wing by ABKCO, which was, oh man, he did a great job on this. So if you haven't had a chance to check out his uploaded video, man, it's stunning. Perfect timing, done on a nylon string guitar. Student of the Week award probably goes to ABKCO for his performance of Pigs on the Wing. And there was one more, Brad, what was it? Brown Eyed Girl. Definitely coming along. So anyhow, if you get a chance to check those out. Now, one thing I do want to let people know, the only videos I actually get a chance to see are ones that are uploaded to the Target Student channel. So it's really, really important that you go to the forum, Target members, go to the forum and get the instructions on how to upload videos to the Target Student Reviews is the name of the channel. But so if your videos are not in that channel, I'm not going to get a chance to check them out because there's just too much other stuff going on. So that's kind of how I make sure to, that's where I pick most of the videos from that I do. So if you haven't been putting them there, I'm not going to see them. So if you want me to see your videos, make sure to get into the Target Student Reviews channel. Again, there are instructions on the forum in the Target members section on how to log into that, because that's where we need the videos. So that's it for like business stuff. There's been one other really cool thread that I got sucked into the other day though, and that was talking about these things. I don't know if you can see this very well. This is a Lionel Train. This is from a set that I got. It's a little broken now because it's almost as old as I am. I got this as a child, this was the 1959 issue. And this is what they call O gauge, and people were talking about these 3-rail tracks. Well, in the late 50s, Lionel came out with an improvement to the 3 steel rail tracks that look like this. This is what's called Super O gauge. And what this is, it's still 3 rails, but it looks more like real track. Instead of 3 steel rails, it looks more like the center rail is copper and you can barely see it. So anyway, this is the train set that I have cherished since I was a child. And Lionel, great company. For those of you around the world that maybe don't know too much about them, they were in trouble in the 80s? Anyway, and Neil Young kind of came along and bailed them out and invested in the company, and a lot of it is because 2 of his children have severe handicaps which make it very difficult for them to move around and speak and things like that. And he set up a barn at his ranch up in La Honda, not far from here, about 45 minutes away, that has just got this massive train layout run by computers and stuff, and they could control the trains with a lot of the innovations that he and some of his engineering friends put together. Matter of fact, one of my old students, a great guitar player named Joe, worked on Neil's ranch there a little bit with helping up with some of his trains. So Joe, if you're out there, get a hold of me, man. I haven't heard from you in years. So that is it for the Sunday update. More coming tomorrow.